description is to put everybody's handle and stuff in there. Cause man, everybody's been hitting me up. And to the people that's hitting me up, like, yo, you should get such and such. You should get such and such. I would love to. I just don't know everybody, so I got to go through the proper channels to get people, and that's what I'm doing. I'm in the process of doing that. So don't think I don't want to get these people. Somebody hit me up like, you should get Godfrey, but they ain't like, yo, I know Godfrey. I can help get Godfrey on your show. It's never that. It's just like you should get. Y'all got to know, like, if it was that easy to reach out to people, you know how many people I would have on this show the first week if it was that easy. It's the necessary channels that you have to go through. Even Naeem, this week I got Naeem coming on the show, and I went through Spank to get through him. Now Naeem and I have been in the same room a number of times. We've even been in the same Zoom thing a couple times, but I didn't feel like I had a proper relationship with him to just reach out to him. I don't like cold calling people. I would prefer an introduction. I will cold call, but like, you know, certain people, like, I respect their stature. So I went to Spank and Spank, you know, told Naeem I was scared to talk to her. I was like, I wasn't scared. I was trying to be respectful. And he's like, I don't know why you was acting like that. I was like, nigga, because that's the protocol. He was like, but you still asked me. I was like, yeah, I asked you, but you know, whatever. So if everybody has suggestions of who I should have on the show, it is coffee. It is coffee. I took a nap and now I'm trying to shake it back up. You know what I mean? But yeah, took a nap, so I'm drinking the coffee right now. But yeah, just try to take the proper protocols. And if y'all want somebody on the show, you know, add them and add me in the same post or the same tweet and whatever. And if they with it, you know what I'm saying? I got a track record. I can show them the people who have been on the show: Joey Wills, Spank Horton, Leslie Jones now, Kev on Stage, Tony Bacon. You know, I got a track record. So that's what we're slowly building. We're slowly building up the reputation and the good standing in the entertainment world and the comedic world. And the goal is to build this out to a show and it be like a breakfast club. You know what I'm saying? You gotta promote your new show, you want to promote your new movie, you come over here. Tell the studio to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get you on the show. So that's what we're doing. But I want to keep it with my friends right now. I like that. So what's up, everybody watching? All in the YouTube. Captain Morgan was popping. Chief of the Moore Mob and the Scary Squad. Shout out to everybody. Last night was lit. Leroyce Wood Fork 314 is in the building. Was popping off. Bring Brandon back. Who? Brandon Lewis? That's what you're talking about? You got to tell him more to do on deck, though. 716 in the building was going on. LaShawn was popping off. Alicia was going on. Tiffany Lee. Yeah, man. I'm finna close down my Instagram. Y'all come on over to the live. I'm finna call and text each one of these ladies and cuss them out severely for being extremely late. So I'll talk to y'all in a minute. All right, peace. Boom. Right. Now everybody said they wanted this earlier show. Now everybody's like, oh, I am going off. I am going off. Look at LouLou's picture, trying to get her rent paid. Sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Hello.
What up, Lou? Oh, okay. Yeah, now they pulling up.
Okay, sorry. I literally just ran in from the streets.
You say what?
I was in a meeting outside in the streets.
You was a meeting in the streets? What
Yeah,
does that even mean?
I was outside around road. We're real people.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh, here we go. Hey, looking crazy. But I'm here. How y'all doing?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
What's popping off?
Not much. Sorry, I was finishing my Instagram live and that ran over a little bit.
Okay, listen. I just told the people. I say, listen. Everybody was all excited about the new time, and yeah, thank you so much. And now look at these heifers still late.
No, I wasn't late the first time. I was on time the first time. This time I was late.
I be on time sometimes.
But the 103 people that were on my live, I said to come over here to Zoom in with the homies, though.
I appreciate it. Now here come Jackie Fabulous finna tell me why she was late, because I had 5 Zooms today. You my 5th Zoom. I got mature titties. This is what Jackie said. Those aren't my words. Those are Jackie's words.
Remind me to never really work for you, because you'll be like 10:03 and you'll text like, bitch, you coming? Remind me to never work for you for real.
This is one thing you will learn about me, and anybody that has worked with me will tell you, I am prompt to the T.
Me too. I'm on time.
Listen, Jack, if I'm going to walk in at the time I'm supposed to be there, I'm giving you a courtesy call and be like, hey, I'm going to be right there at that moment. Sorry, I couldn't get there early. That's me. And I don't know. It's something I got because my mom was habitually late. Like, my mom was so late, I started catching the public bus, not the school bus. I called the public bus to school because I got tired of getting tardies from her dropping me off. It was like, yo, Imogene, I need you to get this shit together, baby girl. My mom is habitually late. She's literally gonna be late to a funeral. The casket gonna be there. And she gonna just come in like the ring and then get inside. 20 minutes funeral to start. She don't know how to act. I be telling her.
Yeah, that was my mother was always late picking me up. Like faculty would just be sitting there like, is your mom coming? I'd be like, your guess as good as mine. I don't know.
You got that you got one of the mamas where you got to make one of the teachers your auntie, so you can just go to her house when she leaves, because your mama pick you up from there. Because I'm sick of this. Pretty much. So Tacarra actually did hit me up and let me know that she was gonna be a little late. She had a meeting that went long, so I told her, don't worry about it, just get here when she can. I'm gonna go through the normal thing of introducing everybody, thanking everybody. But I want to let y'all know I did post a flyer with some questions for the ladies. All right.
I gotta get my glasses. Hold on.
Official. Oh, yeah, you got new glasses. See, I ain't getting old. Welcome. Hi, Angel. I haven't seen you in years.
Years. So long.
You know Angel? Y'all know each other?
Yeah. You had a full family last time I seen you. You had a full family. You had more babies?
I have 4 children.
You had the twins, and then you had more after the twins?
I did, Jackie. What happened?
Girl?
What happened?
Hold on, Jack. Angel, wait. First of all, let me say this. I want LouLou. I wish she was back here because I want to say something. And I'm sure when Tacarra gets here, it's not going to be any different. Y'all are glowing. I don't know what the regimen is right now, but Angel, you are glowing. The skin looks flawless. Jackie, the makeup. I love that lip. I would have never thought. Okay, Jackie. God damn it! I can't never just keep it classy with you. Okay. You start giving Jackie a compliment. Her tongue comes out immediately.
Your wife is watching. Behave yourself.
She said she loved the glasses, Jackie. Y'all are looking good. I don't know what the quarantine regimen is. If it's drinking more water, less stress, and fuck niggas in the streets, whatever it is, y'all look great. Okay,
it's all of this sleep we getting and at home, and and not having to deal with the.
Okay, Lou. Lou came back in this like she's ready to schedule all the meat.
You changed your whole look.
I'm ready. You see me?
You changed.
Yes. You look like you about to start a meeting right now and take all the minutes, too.
You changed your whole look.
Baby hair laid down. I'm here for it.
Okay.
I'm like a sexy librarian soldier.
Yeah.
I take minutes and hots.
That's exactly what that voice said. Your voice tells people they need to quiet down or you'll beat their ass. That's what. Excuse me. I don't want to have to tell you again.
I got a real loud shh.
Shh.
Let me tell you, whenever I stayed up and watched the whole thing last night to hear. Whenever I stay up and watch or participate in this, I do not get a good night's sleep. It's too much adrenaline, and then you're supposed to put your head down and shut your head off. I can't.
Last night's show was one for the books. Absolutely,
it was
sure.
So good.
It was
the energy.
Yeah, the energy it was just amazing. And I was just talking to the people on live. I feel like Leslie will be willing to come back anytime because we created a safe space for her to be her. Like a lot of times when you get to superstardom, people expect a certain type of behavior, a certain type of talk from you. Like she's talking about crossing over and have a mainly white audience now. So I think we created a safe space for her to let her hair down and say nigga as much as she wanted. She was going off on motherfuckers last night and spilling all types of tea and shit.
Oh man.
She told people business. It was fantastic.
Oh.
With names, first and last.
With names?
Yeah, she was like,
we all did it. I was saying names too. Fuck
yeah.
me,
Oh
man.
yes. Tahir was a different. Tahir was Tahir.
Watch it.
He was Tahir N-word Moore. He wasn't Tahir Moore. He was Tahir N-word Moore. I was like, damn.
I had that doing the system, okay? And if Leslie said it was okay, I say, well, shit, it's okay. I told him last night the whole reason the show moved from 9 to 11 to 7 to 9 was because of Leslie. She was like, listen, nigga, I want to do the show, but you got to do something about this time. I'm gonna do something.
That's a good reason to move it. That's a good reason to move it. Yeah.
That's definitely a good reason to move it.
Hey, man, it was a good time. So, like, yeah, next week is going to be crazy, too. I'm working on some names for next week that I think are just going to solidify the show and hopefully propel the longevity of it as well. So, yeah, it was great, man. It was a great time, man. We talked about a lot of stuff, some issues that I think are still going to come up today, which they should, because these are issues that are outstanding in our community. And one of the main issues was, protecting our women, protecting our Black women. I definitely know that everybody has their own story with that pertaining to entertainment and just in life in general. So we gonna get there. But let me do the intros real quick, ladies and gentlemen. First up, we got Angel Tanksley. Did I say it right that time?
Yeah, but you know what? Let me go ahead and change this name. I just use my other name to here. I keep telling you that, and you just don't want to. You just don't want to, because it would be easier for you and for me.
I'm trying to respect your husband, okay?
I don't respect that nigga, so you don't have to.
You're going to be single by the time this joint over.
He don't want to raise some kids by himself. He ain't going nowhere.
He's here with me.
They don't want to raise
How many kids you got?
4.
Jesus.
All by him.
You bored?
Huh?
You bored?
You ain't got cable?
No, actually, I'm not. Listen, I ain't bored. That's the problem. We have so much fun.
Now you start fucking for a little bit.
No, we got it fixed.
Space it out.
Now you got fixed after you had an NBA team. Now you got fixed.
I didn't get it yet.
Oh yes.
But you did say my legal last name, right? But just call me Angel Moore to hear.
Angel Moore. All right, this is my cousin Angel Moore, ladies and gentlemen, comedian, extraordinaire, writer, actor, been on a ton of projects. You can catch her. What are you on currently now that they can go watch on? You got something on Netflix or Prime?
I've got a couple of things on Netflix. I'm on AJ and the Queen, Atypical, the last 2 seasons in Malibu Rescue for people who got
see
kids.
that? Y'all, I'm on Insecure, but you'll miss me. I'm on 2 different seasons of Insecure. But you got to be watching that motherfucker like this.
No, they don't. You had a good scene. You had some good scenes to hear.
I'd be like to hear what episode? What episode?
On the first season, I think I'm on the second episode of the finale, and then on the third season, I'm on like the 6th episode and the finale as well.
I'm gonna be real with you. I never seen an episode.
Yeah, the finale on
you would love.
Huh?
Lou, you would love Insecure. I had to binge watch. I only caught up after season 2 was over, so I binge watched all of them. I have not seen season 1. I'm like, I don't want to go back that far, but Lou, you would love the show because it's
so good.
And I'm older than everyone on the show, but you can't tell. There's no ages on the show. It's just Black experiences and how awkward we are trying to figure out this life.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun on Insecure on set with the guys, and of course Issa and Yvonne. All of them were great. I also had a lot of fun on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine was great because they wanted me. Like on Insecure, I was told to pull back a little bit, but on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they was like, because when I did the audition, it was like, it's crazy. Insecure and Brooklyn Nine-Nine were both saying they auditions for me. And when I went in for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I went in on 10, like balls to the wall. I had did like the safe ones in the car. And then when I got there, I was already on 10. So I just went in and bow. And the casting director was like, how the fuck have I never seen you before? And I was like,
that's a good one.
I don't know,
but you see me now.
You see me now, and literally I had to call before I was checking out of out of the lot on NBC, I had got the call. So I was like, yo, that's what's up. So I've definitely done some projects that I had some fun on, but nothing like Angel. Angel is like for real a rock star. She has a driver, and her driver has a driver. They literally have a driver to drop her driver.
Lying one more, but that's all right. Speaking into existence.
Hey,
let me borrow your driver's driver real quick.
Next up, we have LouLou Gonzalez, the gun-toting, pistol-cleaning, army saluting, joke slinging, acting King Batch, stealing the scenes of motherfucking rock star New York representative in the goddamn house. Stepping out with a pair of Timbs and some Chanel boots, all in the same goddamn outfit.
Yes. One boot is the Tim and one is the Chanel.
Yeah,
you never know what you might need that joint for.
You don't know what the evening holds. You don't know.
I might want to stop and I might want to flash. You gotta stop and flash. You gotta mix it up a little bit.
Mix that up.
Thank you for pulling up. And then last but definitely not least, until Tacarra gets here, we have Miss Jackie Fabulous, who is America's Got Talent, law degree holding, joke writing, breast throwing in your face, tongue sticking out of mouth, talking shit about the guy that she with, who she probably loves the most out of all the guys she talks to, but she really still don't give a fuck about him. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jackie motherfucking Fabulous is in the house.
Hey. What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, who ain't got on no panties? That's what I do. Me too. Hey.
We ain't got no panties up.
Air it out. Air it out. Air it out.
They got panties on the emojis or something, but that's gonna be the next emoji flood in the thing. It's either gonna be like the bathing suit emoji or something like that. Or the tongue. They definitely gonna do the tongue for Jackie.
I need a panty symbol, but like with the strike through it, like the no. That's me all day.
That's everybody. Everybody's zooming every day, and they're like, "Why am I wearing bottom? I am hot." There's no reason. There's no reason. For what? Okay. Why?
Well, listen, guys, we still got one more person coming. We have Tacarra Williams coming up, and I'm going to give her an amazing intro, just like I did everyone else. But don't want to hold it up. I definitely want to get into it. As I always say, this is not behind a paywall because I want to make sure that I'm able to get this out to you guys as quick as possible. All I ask is that if you have something that you could bless my guests with, please bless them with it. Their cash apps are up there. We want to thank them for their time, their talent, their laughter. And we just want to keep it going like that. So you got everybody's handle up there. If we have some people from out of the country, because I know Canada doesn't have PayPal or Cash App. They don't have Cash App or something else. So we all have Venmos and PayPal. So if you need that, put that in the comments and one of the mods will reach out to me and I'll get that information and share it with you guys as well. But let's jump right into this. Yesterday, the conversation got really, really real toward the end of the broadcast. And it kind of turned to like what we can do to protect our Black women. And we need to do a better job of it. Kevin mentioned a video that has been going around the internet on Twitter where this dude in New York said this chick was disrespecting him and flat out hit her in the face with a skateboard.
What?
All right, that's
apparently
that's no.
He's been identified. I don't know if the charges have been brought against him, but it was him and it was like 3 or 4 guys around there, and the guys they were just laughing and recording it like nobody intervened and help this young lady out. Then there's another video of it's like 3 or 4 guys throwing this chick in a dumpster, like a real, like one of the blue dumpsters with the 2 tops flip back, and there's that side part they can put something in the side. They put her in the side part, and it's just like, damn, how do we get to this point where we think this is 1, cool, and 2, funny, and then 3, there are other grown ass men around that are just not saying anything, like. And with everything going on right now, with the climate of everything right now, and how we are all talking about your silence is complicit, shows complicit. I can't say the word.
Oh, I wish your friends were here to make fun of you.
Looks like Tahir was trying to say complicit, but his tongue said "fuck you." So back to you, Tom.
I love how you're
just like, no, nigga, I don't want to say it.
I love how your best friends will not leave you alone.
Oh no, man!
You love half a word, and they're like, "Leave him alone." They're like,
no,
"What?" They're like,
"That's what they're supposed to do."
That's how we show our love. That's how we show our love.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, so one of the first questions tonight is, what can Black men do to support Black women?
Stop sleeping with Black men.
Sake. What?
Oh,
damn.
Wait
we're not ready for that? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
I mean,
you starting over the machine gun?
Love. Just be honest about who you love. That's what I think LouLou was trying to say. Just be honest about who you love.
Stop lying.
I don't got a problem with men sucking dick. I get it. They're delicious. But just be honest. Be honest about it. I don't got a problem, but just don't deceive me. That's the problem.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, the deceit we don't like. The lifestyle, you do you. We life is short as we can tell. Yeah. But don't hide it from me. You know, that's the problem. One. I've only had one guy that I've dated that I thought was on the low, and I don't have any proof, but he was this was when chat rooms were all the rage before the internet got crazy. And he used to play softball, and he would go announce on the chat room, "Hey, I'm going to be at so-and-so. Anybody want to come out there?" It was too vague.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was his way of putting out the dick signal. Like, "Hey guys, I'm going to play softball. Just so you know, I'm gonna be there. And if you want to come," but you know, but here's the thing. You can't say a guy is gay on the low you can still say it even if he makes sweet love to you. Yeah. People say, well, you know, he gets an erection. Yeah, erections are a natural bodily impulse.
I wake up with him.
Yeah, that's because you make sweet love, and
as you should.
That's because you can do that to a woman doesn't mean you're not gay and on the low. And this guy would make sweet love to me, but it was still, you know, I was.
You said sweet one too many times for me. That's how you should have known.
Sweet love.
You should have stopped.
Was he doing it? Did you have to wear like a mask of Idris Elba, and you still didn't?
No, he was very attentive, but he was just too secretive. And to me, secret, is that a word? Secrecy, yeah. Secrecy is a sign that something is gone awry or something's going on that you need to know about.
Okay.
So love who you love. Don't deceive me.
Yeah. What about you, Angel? What can Black men do better to protect the Black women?
You know, that's a hard question. It's such a hard question because, you know, I don't know why they're not. I don't know if it's the devaluing of us and not realizing that we are dope as hell, or if they are overestimating our strength and feeling like we don't need, you know, when like you know, the saying has been going around, like, check on your strong friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we've been the strong friend for so long that they're just like, she got it. Sis got it. You know, she ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about her. I want
to speak on that real quick, because when I first moved Farren out here, she wouldn't let me open her car door. She was like, used to never having that happen. And we used to literally race to the car, and she'd be like, "I got it." I'm like, "No, I got it," right? Because I know you can do this, right? It's not a lot of things for you that I can do that you can't do for yourself, but this is something that I take pride in doing and treating you like a woman. And it's her, but it's also women in general. And I'm walking to a place, I hold doors open, like I try to still exhibit that chivalry, and I also make sure that my daughter sees me do it every time. Like, it's not like, all right, we're going out on a date, I'm opening up your door. It's literally every time. Now she's spoiled. Now she's like, even if she's driving, I have to go around and open up her driver door before I get in the car.
That's good.
I require all that. I don't want to touch. If you are a man in my life, I don't ever want to come close to touching a doorknob, a door,
trash,
anything heavy. But I'm also the woman that's
who
like,
put your bras on, Jackie?
What are you talking about? I don't get it.
Say anything heavy.
First of all, I barely wear drawers.
You
Second
know what?
of all,
I said your bras, Jackie. I didn't say your drawers. See, I didn't say
the bra.
I wear a normal size bra. Y'all.
No, you don't, Jackie. I've been on the road with you. Your bras are not normal. Okay,
Jackie's
I almost went to the gym and thought it was a towel.
Jackie's bra
proportionate,
has its
though.
own room on the road. Jackie's bra checks in. Jackie's bra puts down a card for the deposit, and then checks into his own room.
So here she had a luggage and a carry-on. I was like, "What's the carry-on?" She's like, "Okay, that's my bra." I was like,
My titties match my personality and my 5'4" frame. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But I like when I require men to be gentlemen, even though I want to be equal and all that bullshit. I don't like to touch anything, and I've been lucky. Any man that I've loved, including my father, they've been the doors, the suitcases, and when I meet men who don't do that, that's always like, I can't see this guy again. It's over.
You know what I've learned? I've learned because I'm super independent and I'm alpha female, military, all that stuff. A lot of men with me, I'm gonna speak for myself, with me, confuse being independent with not requiring chivalry or a gentleman. Like just because I can do 50 push-ups does not mean I don't want you to open the door. Like I can get my own money, but I still want you to take out the trash. Like it's like things, it still needs to be a balance. But these new chicks, I'm sorry, these new chicks is like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I need you to do everything. And they're like, hold up, bitch. Like you got to contribute. And then we get caught up in the hold up, bitch movement. And I'm like, hey, I'm not, look.
They get mad.
All these chicks that be screaming feminism, I'm like, you ain't been to war. I don't want feminism. I let me be the woman, you be the man. Because I was definitely in Iraq, like, you shoot for me. I don't want to shoot.
I've gotten in so many arguments with dudes about the whole first date thing. I'm like, look, if you ask me out, matter of fact, I don't care who asks who out. If we're on a date and it's the first date, I am not paying for anything. And I get in fights. They're like, well, what about, I'm like, I don't give any fucks. You pay on the first day. If we end up dating, then of course down the line we may trade off. But for the most part, the guy is paying. I don't give a shit what the movement is. Fuck feminism. Fuck everybody who doesn't agree with me who's watching this. If you and I are in any restaurant or a place that serves anything that I put in my mouth, you paid for it. Even drinks. I don't give a shit if you look at me and you're like, Jackie looks like a walrus. I don't care if I'm not attractive to you. You pay for whatever goes in my mouth.
Whatever goes.
Whatever goes in my mouth.
Whatever goes.
Whatever goes in my mouth.
Whatever. Let me circle back to Angel real quick because she was only halfway through her statement. Before
go ahead. Sorry.
Whatever goes into Jackie's mouth.
So yeah, because we have never been a race of women to ever play victim, I think dudes just are real. They real comfortable just treating us like the homies, and even worse than the homies. They just real. They feel real comfortable being disrespectful ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't usually come up against that because I don't know if I give off the energy like, okay, then we just gonna be out here squabbling then if that's what it's gonna be. But I do think there's like some sort of like preconceived notion that you don't have to check on us because we gonna be all right. It doesn't matter if you kick us down, we gonna get back up. And while we might get back up, and while we might figure out a way to get our mental health together, it does not then excuse the behavior that's putting us down to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because we are very resilient, but that don't mean our resilience has to be tested every goddamn day. Like
you gotta check on me. Part of the problem I'm having with this one boyfriend every other day that I have, I'm like, if 2 days pass and you didn't check on me, I'm livid. I'm losing my shit on him. Yeah. I'm like, why? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm like, he's like, and if I say to him, I haven't heard from you in 2 days. He's like, 2 days? I'm like, yes, that's not acceptable. If I'm your woman, you check on me every day. And a lot of guys, they don't understand the whole being accountable like that because they want to be a part of the new world. Or we think feminism means leave us alone. No. You still have to check. Even though I am as strong as I could possibly be, I am still a delicate sunflower that needs watering and sunshine and nice words and to be caressed and checked on.
I just had to get rid of the dude for the same reason. I had to get rid of a dude for the same reason. Like, I wasn't his woman, but we was getting to know each other and spending time, but we would kick it for like 9 hours and hang out. He's going to eat my pussy. I go to bed and then I don't hear from you in 3 days. And then we repeat the cycle. Like, thank you, but I want my panties back. and you can't do that to women. Like,
is that the guy, Lou? The same guy?
Yes, he still has my panties, and I want them back. Like,
what kind of panties are they?
Is he keeping these as trophies, LouLou? Or
I don't know, because I told him, I said, hey, they're Savage Fenty. They're like $20 a pop. They're my impress a nigga panties. You're not impressed? Cool. Give them back. And
why won't he return them?
I don't know. He's like, they're folded up nice over there. I was like, cool. Can I have them back?
Maybe he's thinking that for the time that you spend the night with him, you got something to wear, so you don't have to like pack a bag. He's slowly collecting things so you can like move in over there. Maybe that's
weird. That's weird. No, give me my shit back. Thank you for the opportunities of you eating my vagina on multiple occasions, but I'd rather my panties back. Thanks.
What did I walk in on?
Real quick, I just want to give a
what did I come up in here on?
The mother, the superstar, the hilarious writer, actor, producer, touring worldwide, New York bred, saying what the fuck he feels like. Tacarra Williams is in the goddamn house, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I was being a mom.
New York is in this bitch right now.
Yes, Jackie,
yes.
Facts.
They throw the headboards in the chat. Headboard.
Yes, headboards. Come on in. What did I miss?
We're going through questions as I put a sticker up and I asked some questions. And the first question was, what could Black men do better to support Black women? And that's the question that everyone was kind of answering. And the kind of sounding board was, just because you guys are independent doesn't mean that you still don't need the love, the chivalry, the affection, and the checkups. Like, it doesn't mean that because, like, I think a lot of guys have a problem with looking at women as an equal, but still appreciating the feminism of a woman. Like, treating you like an equal doesn't mean no longer looking at you for who you are. Like, I can respect you as an equal in the workplace, but still hold the door open for you because you're a woman, right? And I think that's what a lot of people, a lot of guys, I will say, have a problem, as well as it's something I saw on, I think, Twitter. It was like, fellas, respect the women, even the ones that you aren't attracted to, because I know a lot of guys will put on a lot of extra on top. Hey, how you doing, Queen? Hey, everything's good. How's the family? To a woman that they can't wait. They are just waiting in the rafters for you to give them any inclination that shit is wrong at home, so they can pounce on that opportunity. So that's why they try to always be
hop on that ass.
Yeah, they're trying to be. They're trying to be in visualization, you know, and manifestation, hoping that they can get that one chance. But it's bigger than that. The respect goes to every woman, not just women that you are attracted to. And I think that's what you need to remember.
I had a really popular veteran headlining comic. I called him on the fact years ago. We were on the road together in California, a local gig, and he didn't open my car door, and he's not required to, but most guys do. So I jokingly said to him, "You not open my car door?" And he goes, "I'm not trying to smash. Why would I open it?" And I lost my mind. I said, "So only if you want to fuck me, are you a gentleman?" And we didn't talk the rest of the night. And we were not intimate at all. But I'm like, that is the most worst. I was livid.
Yeah.
I think that one of the things that I've gotten pretty often, and I know I'm just kind of jumping in. Hey, Angie.
Girl, why you call me Angie? Hey, girl.
Angel. Oh, Angel, I'm sorry. I can't read a little bit. Hey, Angel and LouLou and Jackie and Tahir.
Hey.
On the chat. I do want to say this, and I've noticed this from guys. A lot of guys have said to me when we've had conversations in regards to things like this, this is the feedback that I've gotten. Well, y'all want to be equal, right?
Yep. I've heard that a million times.
Why you don't open my door? Why you don't pay for my date? Since y'all want equal rights. Y'all got this whole feminist movement happening where y'all want to be equal to us. And I have to stop that shit at the gate. I do not want to be equal to you. I will never be equal to you. I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be. But I think that weak men use that as an excuse to not do those things, like hold the door or pay for it. I think strong men are challenged by that idea that
I've had men be like, well, women want to be equal, but she can't do this. Watch, let me show her how a man is really supposed to treat a woman. And they will go in and do exactly that. So for that idea that when you said, women just want this level of respect and we just want to be appreciated a certain way by our peers, a lot of them are trying to, what I've gotten is, but y'all want equal rights, right? So I don't have to hold the door for you. I don't have to pay for dinner on the first date, which is fucking insane to me that I even have a conversation with somebody about who gonna pay for dinner because you think that we should go Dutch because we ain't fucking. You ain't never gonna fuck if you can't pay for this goddamn food right here. You ain't never gonna pay for it.
That's a fact.
If you preach for this happy hour, you ain't gonna get no ass. You barely gonna get it if you pay. Now I never seen somebody talk myself out of pussy like a motherfucker who says, who paying for dinner tonight? I never seen somebody talk yourself out.
I see that a lot with New York dudes. That happened to me in New York a lot. Yeah. I had a dude invite me to a date, take me to the date, tell me, order whatever you like, girl. I was like, oh, for real? He's like, yeah, you like that drink? She want another one. Bill came. And I was about to roll up, and he was like, "Oh, so you had two margaritas?
Oh, so he gave you permission to spend your money?
Yes."
He was like, "Go ahead, girl, keep spending your money. This is so good.
That is
so
why
good to yourself.
Yeah. That is why I never go out with a guy without my own car. Yeah. Right. Without I'm like, I will meet you there because you don't know what the fuck you gonna end up dealing with at that. I'm like, look, you not paying? Well, guess what? I'm gonna pay for mine. Here are my car keys. You almost got a blowjob, you cheap piece of shit with no daddy.
I was gonna suck your dick till you shut the food.
You know mama having bitch. And I get my car keys and leave.
Ooh, your mother should have swallowed you.
Oh no, I'm jealous.
Real quick, I typically I was gonna keep it to the questions that were submitted on Instagram, but I see a couple ridiculous statements in here. One guy in the chat, Mr. MP13, he says he don't do car doors. I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
He don't do pussy lips either.
BT also said, I don't do car doors, but I will open all. I don't know what that means, BT. You're gonna have to explain that. So
where's this chat you at? I can't see it.
It's on YouTube because we're streaming it. YouTube.
Tell him I said to open my butt cheeks and eat the inside of my anus, you piece of shit.
Okay. I will. I'm sure he's still watching, so I'm sure he got that.
Go ahead.
But the one that I want you guys, the ones that I want you guys to really speak on is this one guy. His name is J-Mail Shivers, and I'm gonna speak on it first, but then I want you guys to chime in on it. He says, Tahir, ask the ladies, do they believe that men should respect all women or the ones that deserve it? And wait, real quick. I just say, I don't think I wouldn't say it's up to us to decide who deserves respect. I would say that you should treat everybody with respect, and if you realize that somebody isn't respecting your time, your mind, your actions, then remove yourself from that person so you don't have to show the disrespect. You don't have to jeopardize or your integrity or your character if you find that somebody is not being respectful of you. But I think you should always move with the intentions to respect everybody. Now, I will say that you won't always get that back, but like, I don't think anybody deserves to be blatantly disrespected based on a notion that you may have, an idea you may have in it, because one, people have bad days, and if you feel like that bad day was so severe that that person no longer deserves your respect, then just don't be around that person.
Yeah, the best way to combat feeling like I'm about to tell this so and so off or even get physical is to remove yourself from situation. That is how you, as a man or woman, just leave.
I feel like just the person who even asked that question makes me have questions. The fact that you're sitting somewhere in your home, in your room, in your car, I don't know, and the idea comes in your head, do I need to respect all women?
It shouldn't be a question. It shouldn't be a question.
His mama ain't hugging my nose.
Even have to think, or women who are deserving, who, a lot of times people want to be like, you don't deserve my respect. But why? What the fuck did you do that made me not fucking respect you, or made me disrespect you, or made me not like you?
Got my fucking panties.
I'm sorry. I think respect is just given on every level. And that's like a guy saying, should you be nice to the woman you're attracted to and not to the ones that you're not attracted to? You should be nice to every fucking body, to every woman, whether you want to fuck them or not. So
hey,
when
y'all.
ask those questions, I just be like, who raised you? Like, I feel like TK Kirkland. Like, who the fuck told you?
The thing
I'm super nice to ugly dudes.
Deserve that.
What I'm not understanding. She said she's super nice to ugly dudes.
That's what
you got to be, man.
Why? I mean, you should, but that's all right. Go ahead, Angel.
Why? I'm not someone that's wrapped up in chivalry. That's just not the way I was ever built. Like, my husband does open some doors. I don't care.
You got 4 kids. You ain't got time.
Listen, what I care about is you being honest with me, you paying these goddamn bills, you raising these kids with me. Like, I care about some other shit, right? So the chivalry thing. So I don't think it's a there's like a couple of shades of respect that we're missing that dudes are just skipping. I think dudes think either they calling you a bitch or they opening up car doors. There's a part where you can just treat me like a human being that deserves to be like talked to as an adult, and not like call bitches, not feeling like you got to address me in some aggressive ass way just because I'm not feeling you on some old romantic shit. So yeah, does every female deserve respect regardless of whether or not she is successful? Absolutely.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why you should always be nice to ugly dudes, and the uglier they are, the more nicer you are to them. Because if you don't know, you might be the only bitch that said anything to this person all day. And two, the ugly dudes are usually the first ones to shoot some stuff up, right? So if you cool with them, they let you be.
You're ridiculous and partially correct.
But I think that chivalry. I think chivalry is in the beginning. Chivalry comes in courting a woman. Angel, you married, like that shit. He do. Before you can pay my bills or be around to raise these kids, you got to show me that you can. And part of showing me that you can is chivalry. It is opening the car door. It is showing me that you're thinking about me. But then you get to the level that you're at when you like, fuck this car door, get them kids out. I can open my goddamn car door. I need a second, get him out the car seat. I'm gonna fight everybody in this car. So he gives you that shit in a different way. But in order to get there, in the beginning of your relationship when you first met him, I'm pretty sure that may have been one of the things on your list where you like.
No, I'll be honest. No,
it wasn't.
What's on my list, because this is how I am. You got to respect my mind. I am a very opinionated person. I don't like to be mansplained shit. I don't like to be talked down to. So you might not catch the door, but if you engage me in a deep conversation and respect my opinion, that goes a long way with me.
Where I'll get over list.
I'll get over you not opening the door. I mean, I will expect you to, but like if you don't open up the car door, that's not what I'm worried about. But if we can have a good conversation where you like, oh, that's a good point. Like, I'm built a little different, maybe because I wasn't raised around dudes. I was raised with a mom and 3 girls. So there
that's why.
You know what I'm saying? So there was stuff I wasn't raised around. So that has never been on my list of what I require for a guy. But if you can't be opening the door for me and then patronizing my intelligence and think, then I'm gonna be like, oh, we cool, or you because you paid for my dinner, but yet you talking to me like I'm 5 years old, I'm still be like, you can kiss my black ass because I am an intelligent woman who, and yes, I can open up my car door. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm about to open my car door and drive home and leave you here.
Actually fix the car door because I used to be a mechanic. So I could take the motherfucking door off and put the door back on and open it for my damn self. So
right.
I had a second parter.
Go ahead, Jackie.
What to the question about how can black men protect? I need for black men to stop thinking that if you dick her down good that you're pretty much finished. A lot of guys think if you serve her all the amazing dick in the world that your job is done. And this is a problem I've had off and on throughout my adult life, where guys act like, look, I'm the gift. You're lucky that and I'm like, you don't understand. It's the other way around. I mean, we all should be gifts. He's the gift, I'm the gift, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of guys that are particularly well endowed, they do a good job in the bedroom. They think, well, didn't I have you yelling and screaming and sweating and calling out God's name? I'm pretty much finished. What else do you need besides that? Black men need to understand that being a great lover, having a deep connection in the bedroom is not a deep connection overall. You require more than being able to make me scream your name. That's fantastic. I also require that, but that doesn't mean that we're done. And I have a problem where I've been meeting guys where they work real hard to satisfy me in bed, but outside of bed, they're like, well, you know, I had your legs in there. I'm like, yeah, but that's an animalistic, physical, easy thing to do that doesn't require a whole lot of work. That, you can fuck anybody and desire it and it'd be fantastic. I don't mean you're done. That is one level of a relationship. That's not the whole relationship.
Yeah.
And
Let's switch, because all these dudes want to talk to me for 10 hours and talk about life and have goals.
Me too. Me too. They all talk too much.
But
they all talk too much.
But you at least get the dick. I just get a consolation package and get sent home. Like,
they all talk to, and I get that too. I get the ones who want to go on these 9-hour dates, and I'm like, look, nigga, the day. I'm like, the calendar date is changing. We started on Wednesday night. It's Thursday afternoon. What the fuck?
A 12-hour date yesterday. I ain't getting nothing. Like,
I don't understand. With you, I don't get
hours. We baked cookies. We made pizza. We played video. I was like, is this a sleepover? Is this
where was it?
What is happening? Do you need a blankie?
This happens to you too. This happens to you too much, Lou. Why do guys waste your time like this?
Everybody's homie.
Lou's the homie.
Why? Lou is a sexy woman who deserves to be slapped to death.
But you said what to death? Shit. What?
Slapped to death.
Let me ask y'all, let me ask y'all a question. How just thinking about in high school, how a lot of ladies like the bad guy. Like the bad guy, the funny guy were always the guys that never had problems getting women. And now we are kind of embracing the nice guy. Like you guys want somebody that cares, somebody that
you got tired of getting
sometimes opens the door, maybe doesn't open the door, but he's engaging, he's considerate and stuff like that. What happened, or what part of your life did you switch for that? And what do guys need to do, or what do guys need to be cognizant of to maybe adjust their lives? Because they're thinking like, well, this worked in high school and this worked in college. Why are women acting wild now? Like I've been calling women bitches. I've been like, yo, I'm just trying to fuck. And that worked. And now y'all like, I don't want that shit no more. So what happened in your life that made you change? And what should guys like do to maybe adjust their thinking? Or how do they know?
I need a mixture. I don't want one or the other. I can't. I can't handle the all nerdy. I can't handle all hood. I can't handle all anything. Anyone that's 100% of one type is gonna bore me. I need education. I need thug life. I need Christian man. I need overly sensitive dude, and that's hard to find because in a busy woman's life, we end up having multiple dudes that fulfill multiple roles. You got the guy who's good at fixing cars, the guy who's a techie, the guy who can cook, the guy who eats pussy, the guy who don't eat pussy, the guy with a big dick, the guy with a mediocre dick. And that's time consuming. It's exhausting.
You know what I noticed?
What?
After going through all of this stuff that's happening right now, everything, the protesting and everything, my needs kind of shifted a little bit.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the kind of man that I want, like, I don't want a man that's going to be silent. I don't want a man who's like not going to take the opportunity to maybe talk about a conversation that's maybe a little bit deeper than what he's used to. Or a man, the sexiest thing to me now is a man who prays out loud with me. And it's like, that's what I feel like can actually help change and protect Black women. As much as women don't like to like admit it, but like having a man pray with you over something, with you during something, get you through something, that can actually start to change a lot of relationships. That's just my little,
I agree with you. In this day and age, when all this happened, when the thing happened with Floyd, I remember the guy, his name was Craig. Let's give him actual identity. When I went to his house, when all this was happening, I wanted to talk about it. And he was talking about, you hungry? You want to smoke? And I'm like, I need for you to open up with, do you see what's happening in America?
Right.
And the fact that he didn't leave, I hadn't seen him all week. So I'm going to see him on Saturday, or when I did see him a few weeks ago. I walked in his house sad, drained, heavy, and I needed for him to lighten that up or join in and be heavy with me.
Right.
And a guy who acts like, oh, this is not going down, that's not somebody that I could. It's hard to be horny for a man who doesn't see what's happening in the world.
So here, I actually got a question to you based on this whole topic. Because
who's that?
That's
your wife?
Yeah, ain't she gorgeous?
Oh my gosh, you fine as hell.
Thanks.
She get finer and finer to hear. I don't know how you did this, man. But anyway, go ahead.
I want to answer that question.
I moved out to California. She can't afford to live by herself.
She's finer and finer every time I see her. Jesus. Sorry, go ahead, Angel.
I wanted to say because Angel, your mic be going in and out.
I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Angel.
Hey.
I think the same thing that happened with dude, like in high school, dudes wanted the hoe. They wanted the chick that'd be down for whatever. And then you get to a certain age where you just like, well, I don't want somebody that everybody's smashing. I want somebody who's a freak for me, not everybody else. And so the same thing with maturing as a woman. I want a dude that can qualify for life insurance. I want a dude who has a bank account. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody who can vote. I don't want him to be a felon. So like once you start to have more needs and you realize like, okay, if I need to build a future, some of the thug things that used to be attractive aren't as appeasing because it's just like, I want your money in a bank account where it's getting some interest, not under the mattress all the time. We can have some drug money. We can have some guns, but they should all be licensed. They shouldn't be burners. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the combination of growth that changes things.
And another thing I said, oh, sorry, go ahead, LouLou.
Oh, hey, Farren.
Hey.
No, I was saying because I wanted to ask Tahir because I had a conversation with the dude who don't give me my damn pennies back. I had said
I'm about to message this guy. Give her what's wrong with you?
Right.
I actually DM'd Rihanna to see if Rihanna could just send me some because they discontinued, so I need them back for real. So I had told him, and he said something to me. He was like, "Man, I've never had a woman tell this to me," and he's like, "It was really good to hear that." But I told him, I was like, "Yo, if you need somebody to," and it's sad I had to say this. I was like, "If you need somebody to talk to vent, to even if you need to just like let some shit off of your chest, like I'm actually here to listen, like no strings attached. Like if you need a corner to somebody to talk to like tell your problems to, it's okay. I won't judge you. It's a judge-free zone. Like if you just need a friend."
That's why you're not getting laid, Lou.
No, this was after he was like, and I was like, okay, well, I'll be your friend. Just give my pennies back. It was like a lead-in, you know. So.
Right.
Hold on real quick, Tacarra. Farren wants to go, then I'm gonna get Tacarra, then I'm gonna ask you another question.
Hey. Okay, first, all y'all beautiful. I've been like fangirling in the chat on YouTube. But to just add my 2 cents to that question, it's once you hit a certain age, or even just a certain point in your life, age sometimes has nothing to do with it. You're just over whatever daddy issues you have because they're prominent in the Black community. So you're just over that, and you realize you go and learn for yourself what you deserve. And so, no, I don't want, this disrespect that I used to let pass because I didn't even know it was disrespect then. And now I do, and I ain't with the bullshit. Right. So it's all about just really learning. Thanks, babe. He brought me a light. Just really learning like what your worth. And I mean, I'm not about to be all boy crazy, man crazy, and just take whatever you offering me. No, I'm gonna show you what I deserve. And him opening up car doors for me, I was very much like Angel. I grew up around all women, and we all opinionated and got 1,000,000 things to say. So it was like, I don't need you to open up my door for me, but I do need to sit down and talk and have a meaningful conversation with you.
Yeah, I get that.
So,
and I hated that shit. I hated that shit because I'm a talker. I'm a worker. I'm a worker fucking bee. I pound the pavement. I'll get out there. When I move them out here, this is why I've said this.
I hear your sound is jacked up. Turn your sound up.
My sound
I hear you.
Go ahead.
I hear buzzing.
I hear feedback.
Yeah, I hear a buzz too.
That's probably Angel. Angel, stop trying to put them
I love
punk ass
it.
headphones.
They said they couldn't hear me, so I was trying to do a different mic. My computer mic's too low.
Well,
Sound like y'all all on the same internet.
That's I'm a cash app you something so you can get some new headphones because that shit is trash. Tacarra, please don't forget what you were going to say because I know you were next, but I just want to speak on that because there's some guys in the chat and I want to say this. I did not like communicating. I'm not a guy that does that shit. I'm a guy
I hate niggas like you, man.
And hold on, let me say, I'm a guy that goes out and work. I feel like talking didn't do shit. It's like, all right, I said I'm gonna fix it, so just give me a chance to fix the shit. Fuck all that bullshit. I ain't really with all that. Let me just do what I do. And Farren would not go for that shit. She will always want to talk about her feelings, which is crazy because Farren has a tone that can come off very harsh. Like that's just, but she's an Aries, so she needs understanding. Like she likes to talk everything out. She's one of the most difficult people to plan surprises for because I'll be like, hey, when you get off work, we're going here. I already laid something out. Like one time I went to the store, bought her a dress. I say, hey, when you get off, I already bought you something. It's on over there. I bought you shoes. Put that on. She was like, where are we going? I'm like, don't worry about where we're going. Well, I want to know how to dress. I bought you something to wear. Well, I want to know what shoes to wear. I bought you shoes to wear. Well, I want to know how much to eat.
Well, y'all both in this tone? This is angry. This ain't.
But this is
where am I going? I bought it. Where are we going? It's there. Like, damn.
Because I can't. She won't let me surprise her. It's like,
yeah, but what, is it a sundress or is it a long dress? Is it a
mini dress?
Because okay,
when she got home, she would have saw exactly what it was. When you see the dress and the shoes, you'll know it's not, what type of place we going.
Was it black? Was it pattern?
Time out. So in my defense, it was not my best moment. I should have just let him like have the moment and own it. But in my mind, I'm like, men don't know what type of whatever to wear to a certain place. So it's like, what if I wear this and then I get there and it's like, this is not a cocktail dress situation. He got me dressed all wrong. Like,
I ain't got a backup dress in her bag.
I will admit, some men don't know that, but
no, you're good at picking out clothes, but for the occasion, you be off sometimes.
Farren, I'll be on point, okay?
Yeah, like, did you get her a jacket just in case? What if she needed a jacket?
Listen, this is what I do. This is how I plan shit. One year, Farren was working for this company. It was a non-for-profit, and I wanted to do something nice for her, right? So I reached out to her supervisor. I said, hey, she needs these days off, right? She don't know I reached out to the supervisor. I reached out to the supervisor. I reached out to her homegirls. I say, hey, take these days off. Whoop de whoop de whoop, right?
All right.
I bought her a hotel room. It was like a suite. I had liquor and everything for them. I paid for them to go see Boys to Men while they were out there. I already bought the tickets, all of that type of shit. I'm a planner. That's what the fuck I do. Okay. Damn. And this is why I've always said that if Farren and I, God forbid something happen and we get a divorce, she's still gonna be taken care of because when she moved out here, it lit a fire under me that I had never had. Being the head of a household, being responsible for two other people, put a new fire under me. Because before I was doing stuff, but I was kind of lackadaisical with it. But being responsible for other people's well-being, even though she was independent and she was really the breadwinner at the time, I still felt responsible. So that's why I will always go the distance to make her smile. Every time. And even if, like I said, God forbid something happened and she gets remarried, whoever she married, that nigga gonna have to be okay with me buying them a house. Even if it's your summer home, you're gonna take this goddamn house, okay? You're gonna take this car every couple of years. I don't give a fuck because a lot of my success is owed to her and the support that she gave me and also teaching me how to communicate well because that transferred to other areas of my life outside of our marriage. Like I'm able to talk to managers now. I'm able to talk to casting directors. I'm able to talk to comics and be like, nigga, you fucking up because I don't have to shy away from it. A lot of times when we're in relationships or we have friends, it's crazy that it's easier to speak a lot of times to strangers more openly than it is to people we love because we're always worried about offending them or saying something that's going to hurt their feelings. But she taught me how to communicate better, her and my therapist.
These are also the personality traits of a. These are the traits of a. I'm sorry, I'm talking. I'm sorry.
Y'all sharing the same Wi-Fi. That's why.
Oh. Tahir, those are also the personality traits of a man who's really good at murdering his whole family. Just so you know. FYI. But go ahead.
She knew that already, though. Farren knows a lot of my dirt. So
okay,
like,
close your eyes. The eyes don't put it up too wide. You're making me nervous.
I'm gonna have to take Farren out because she know too much dirt. You understand me?
Okay.
You know what bodies are and all of that shit.
But I also want to say I ain't going nowhere simply because ain't nobody else reaping the benefits of all this hard work I put in.
That's right.
Amen.
She got stock. You like Bitcoin, pal.
I wish you would talk to somebody else and communicate well with somebody else and not
I wish you would be well-rounded around another bitch. I'll kill all of y'all.
Are you gonna be planning another bitch's surprise? Oh hell no!
I got a surprise.
I want to go back to Tacarra real quick because she has something before we go on to the next question. I want to go back to Tacarra and give her a moment to think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I kind of forgot. First of all, I want to say I was around when Tahir was planning that surprise for Farren because we worked at a job together. And he had told me about it. He was like, yeah, I got this for Farren. And she got her little dress on the bed. And I went home and looked at my husband at the time like, you dirty motherfucker. You filthy. This was just at the moment, just because at the moment I was married and I was like, Farren put in a date. They got a hotel. He bought her shoes. He told her friends they had a concert. She gonna come home. And I was so jealous. I remember going, motherfucker. But to go back to the question of when did I realize that I didn't want what the bad boy in high school? I never wanted the bad boy in high school or in school, just in general, because I was always bullied growing up. So I never wanted the bad boys because they were the ones that was bullying me. That's number one. And two was I actually had an opportunity when I was in my late teens, early 20s to go out with the nice guy. And I had never experienced the nice guy before because I grew up in the South Bronx in the projects. So I was into the drug dealers because that's what was praised.
That's hot though.
Guys, the gangbangers, because that's what was praised. And, I was into the head honchos of the neighborhood because that's what everybody looked up to. And then, I don't know about you guys, but when you see that girl with the dude with the nice car that flips up with wad of money in the neighborhood like I grew up in, that's what was praised. That's what was given attention to. So I had always wanted that and I had always dated that. And then one day I met a nice guy and I went out with a nice guy. And it was the first time somebody had ever picked me up in a car. And it was the first time somebody had ever opened my car door. It was the first time we had ever went to a really nice restaurant. And I never paid before, but I was sure I didn't have to this time. And he was just a gentleman and he didn't try to fuck. And my first time experiencing that, I was like, oh, there's more. There's more than these niggas in the hood. There's more than the drug dealers and the gangbangers and the robbers and the shooters. There's more to life than this. And I think the first time I experienced it, I never went back.
I've not been there. I'm still in New York.
And I'm the bougie. And then I got called the bougie bitch. You know how when you in the hood and you start dating the nice guys, it's like, oh, you think you too fucking good for me? Yeah.
Yes. Every now and then, if a guy says to me, you think you're too good for me? I'm like, I actually, yes.
Ironically, my first boyfriend was a drug dealer.
Mine too.
And he was older, I was like 16, he was 19. He took me to prom I was the only one at prom who had the own whip. I had a Plymouth Prowler, like everything was paid for. Like, yeah, we came in there stunting. Everybody was like, he don't even go to this school. I was like, I know, but he mine and he gonna shoot the place up if I ain't bring him. So it's either this or like I don't come. So I've never had that transition yet to that good guy
you haven't had it yet.
I feel like you meet them often.
Really?
But I feel like sometimes in order to attract different, we have to be different. So
I be trying to be different. I'm reading books.
No.
I'm going to like Renaissance shit. Like I'm reading
a lot of it was the way I was. I was some hard ass, the fuck bitch, Timberlands with my fucking jersey dresses on.
But that's the thing. That's a fun fact about me. There's a level. It's like a game. Like the first level is like, I'm from New York, Brooklyn,
right?
Bang, 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 bang. You coming through the door, it's like, oh, you a different bitch. Like there's a lot of things that I don't let everybody see.
But they gotta get through that first level. Some people like That was me. Listen, we knew what New York.
You can't get to the first level. Get the fuck out of here, then.
New York women are so aggressive. We are so. A guy in LA would be disrespectful to a woman, and she'll be like, "Don't talk to me like that." But a New York chick will be like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" Like, we are aggressive.
I don't do that no more. You know what I do now? I be like, and I just leave. And I'll be like, y'all remember, I was a gunner in the military. All right, cool. Peace out. I'm seeing you later.
Here's the truth about that I've had to accept. All my complaining about men and being single in LA and having an easier time finding men on the East Coast. The reality is, whatever state you're in, you attract who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You attract either who you are, and you attract what you think you deserve at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reality. If I get rid of all the facade of strong Black woman, the reality is you give off the kind of guy that you think you deserve.
Yes.
And once you can accept that,
look at LouLou. Look at LouLou face.
LouLou shaking the head, bitch, pay attention. All this shit is helpful.
But it's glasses now. Look, I done put everything away, put my ego
are too
aside,
defensive.
and
Stop.
got glasses.
Lower your voice. Lower your tone. You
just told BT to lick the inside of your anus.
I don't know that nigga. I don't give a fuck.
BT Kingsley.
Hold on.
So that was BT who said that?
Yes, BT Kingsley.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a strange dude. My bad. BT, I love you. I did not mean that. That's my brother. I thought it was a random dude because I can't take when a guy I don't know talks sideways to me. I lose my mind. But BT, I love you. My bad. Yeah, I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. BT Kingsley, for the record, I take that back. I would never talk to you that way. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you guys this. If you found a guy who exhibited a lot of, let's say, 75% of the behavior that you guys liked in a man, are you willing to invest the time and the energy to help him get to that extra 25%? Because look, nobody's perfect.
They call it the 80-20 rule. If you get 80% of it, are you okay with 20 being kind of like you got to build the 20? And,
I don't believe
my 20s. In my 20s.
I don't have. I'm too old. I'm older than all of y'all combined, and I don't have time. I don't have time.
Combined.
All of y'all together, I'm older than everyone added up. The sum of I'm older than that. I just don't. I think at this stage in my life. Don't even forget about my age. That's irrelevant. It's about what my heart wants. My heart wants a man to come to me complete already. I want you to come to me complete. You can't, you know how they say you can't get, if you're not happy, you can't get a man and have him be in your life and then you'll be happy. You got to be 100% already and let him enter your life 100 or at least close to it. And then you can build on that.
But no, you got to just meet me where I'm at. I know I'm not ever going to be at 100. So if I'm being honest, like obviously I can talk about myself and be like, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a queen and all that stuff. But I know there's stuff I still need to work on. Yeah. So I expect you to at least be at the level of working on yourself equally that yoked. I'm at. Yeah. So
either equally or semi-equally yoked. Sorry, Angel.
No, but yeah, exactly.
I like that.
Let me ask you guys, I don't know, does my mic sound different? Does it sound better now?
You sound better.
You sound good.
You're clearer now, yes.
Okay, because people were saying that I sounded different since Farren has come on, so I just wanted to make sure that
you took the face up voice from Farren.
Let me let you know something. Farren allows me to be a man.
Okay.
So she allows me to say what I need to say, and then in public, I can say some shit right now. I can say some shit right now that if it wasn't disrespectful to her, but she didn't agree with it, she gonna let it ride, and we're gonna talk about it afterwards. Okay. But on the front line, we're united.
That's what she's
and when this shit is over, she gonna be like, my nigga, let me talk to you. There's no problem.
She gathered
my nigga, let me tell you something. I don't want no smoke, not only because I would never put my hands on the female, but Farren's hands are much larger than mine. You know what I'm saying?
You say that out loud now.
You know what's funny is that when you said that, when I did the Mike and Donnie show for Fox Soul, and the two guys who were the hosts, the older guy, he tried to come at me jokingly, but I had to check him. He was like, so Jackie, I could tell that you probably, I said to him, I don't emasculate men. And he was like, I don't believe you. You probably aggressive. You scared dudes. I'm like, you are confusing confidence that I have worked on all of my life and knowing who I am with emasculating a man, I let men be men.
Right.
And I don't have a problem attracting men who know Jackie's strong and she can take care of herself, but she also knows that for us to get along, she gotta let me have my way, my man way. And a lot of men think because you're strong and you don't take no shit, that you won't let them be men. And a lot of guys mistake the work that we've put in to be able to handle ourselves in the world today with, if we get together, I'm gonna run shit. I don't want no man to let me run shit.
Thank you. I think a lot of men are just intimidated by strong women because they know that we're not going to deal with the bullshit. And and guys can tell when they don't have what they need or be or just a lot of men can tell when we're not going to deal with their shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so that you're aggressive. No, you're not prepared. You're aggressive. No, you're not where you'd like to be in life or where you should be by this time or whatever. So I always meet men who will tell me I'm aggressive or I even have people tell me I'm spoiled. Like, you're spoiled. You have to have this or you have to have that. But it's just like, no, a lot of men, not a lot, but some men look at us as if they call us aggressive simply because we can call them on their bullshit. I think sometimes guys will look and be like, she's not going to deal with me. And then they look at themselves because I'm still living with my mom, or because I haven't picked a career choice that I really want to do or something that I really want to do in life, or I'm not happy with life. Younger women or women who aren't mentally up to par, they'll settle for that shit. They'll deal with that shit. And the guy gets in and he's easy and he's loving and it's fun. But then there are women that they meet like us, who's the first conversation, we like this.
Yeah.
Right. And right then and there, they'll say some disrespectful shit like, you aggressive, huh? And I'm like, oh no, why am I aggressive? Why are you looking at me like that when I said X? I said, I'm just listening to you.
Yeah.
But you know what? Men have a problem with rejection, and that comes in the form of people disagreeing with them. And if you can't handle somebody just simply disagreeing with you, then there's a much bigger problem, and this conversation's over.
I want to speak on that really quickly, because this is something that Farren and I still struggle with right now. We got a lot better, but I think that a lot of men, especially Black men, have a resentment toward authority. And when a woman is not even necessarily outspoken, but she's vocal about how she feels, and the way Farren is very vocal about understanding the details of things, wanting to know, well, why you did that. Like, Farren's one of those people that likes to know the reasoning behind actions and thoughts, right? Because we had a conversation one time, like, I was like, if you could have a superpower where you could either fly, or I think I asked you,
what's the superpower would I want? I think it was.
Yeah, and I was like, I would love the power to like turn invisible or transport, because like I want to, just continue to get things done as quick as possible. Her superpower that she wanted was to know what people are thinking. And I was like, that's such a weird superpower. Like, I immediately, that's what I went to. I was like, why would you want to know over like being invisible or being able to fly or being able to teleport? And she was like, because I want to know how to communicate better with people. If I know what a person's thinking, then I can know where they're coming from, and I know how to address them in a conversation. And I didn't realize at that moment how imperative and how important and how powerful that is. It was a couple of days later that I realized, like, damn, like, imagine if you can know what a person's thinking and you have the ability to talk to anybody. Because the top 3 reasons that relationships and marriages fail are finances, sex, and communication. If you got communication down packed, I feel like, my personal opinion, you can almost work through any problem. Imagine if politicians really knew how to talk to the people and really knew how to talk to the other people on the hill, and they could really get some shit done. But it's because people have poor communication skills that we are seeing a lot of the lacking in relationships and politics and workplaces and settings and friendships and families. I mean, especially in families, like the way that men are raised. And I think this is another reason why there is so much bad communication in the male society, is because the way that generationally we are brought up. Women are brought up, you get a baby doll, you taught to take care of that baby doll, make sure your baby doll is clean, don't let her look bad, make her hair good. You're taught to be nurturers, right? I feel like women live to love. That's how you're brought up. Whereas men love to live. We're taught to get up, don't cry when you hurt yourself. You're a big boy. He hit you, go hit him back. We're not taught to communicate our feelings. So when we get hurt or we get upset, it initially goes to anger, resentment, and violence because we're not taught to communicate and walk through our problems and talk through our problems. And I think that when I connected all of that to why Farren wanted that superpower, it made me like just it just was a mindset of like, damn, I never would have thought like that. And that's why I think that we need women in our lives to be strong and to be authoritative and to speak up for themselves. And a lot of men just aren't used to that because we're taught to like do what we're supposed to do and be a man and all of that. But somebody comes along like, no, you shouldn't do it like that. Even though if it's for our best intention, we resent it immediately because we don't like being told no.
But I think that's wrong not it's wrong. I think it's unfair for women to have to deal with men at the ages that we are that don't know how to communicate. And then I know I'm not the only woman that get this. Be patient with me. You know, give me a little more. You 40, motherfucker.
you know, for the longest.
You 40 with 3 kids. You don't know how to communicate by now. And then I learned, I don't feel bad as a woman telling a man, because there's a lot of men in the comments saying this, and it comes up on my live feed when I go live. So you can't be patient with him. How much more time do you need?
And real quick, I want some of the other ladies to speak on that too, but I just want to put something in that, Tacarra, because I agree with you. Like you look at a person and they have a certain age, a certain level in life, and you're like, how is it that you made it this far and you don't know how to communicate? Well, if they were working with all men in their work area and most of their interaction are with more so with men egos than women, then they are going to thrive in that because the other guys think like that. I am 36. I got in therapy last year. I had tried it the year before. It didn't work for me. But up until that point, I thought therapy was useless. What is talking about a problem or my childhood going to do for me right now? So if we're not exposed to that, we don't know that we have an option to be better. You telling us to talk to me is not going to be as helpful as you suggesting I do therapy. And I feel like your patience should be with the person trying to make a change, a visible change, a visible effort, like seeking out therapy, actively going to therapy, actively seeing this company didn't work for me, but maybe this company would, and you actively seeing those changes in their behavior and in the communication in the relationship. If they're not willing to do that though, if they're not willing to take those steps to actively change their communication pattern, then let them go.
What if there has not been to me never been expense? What am I risking? What mental health of mine am I risking to help you? How fucked up am I going to continue to let you treat me until I say I can't? Do you understand what I'm saying? There are so many women right now that I know that'll be like, I don't want to give up on him.
But give up if he's just...
Hold on 1 second. Let Tacarra finish, and then I'm gonna go Farren, then I'm gonna go Jackie. So
and I'm just saying, for a lot of women, because women, we do feel that way. A lot of women, women in this panel, women in the live feed right now, we do understand how a lot of men grow up and that they aren't taught to communicate. But to me, it's just like, at what cost? How much of ourselves are we expected to give to help you, to teach you, to suggest these things before we say, I'm out?
But
that's your spirit. That's on your spirit.
Hold on a second.
I'm sorry. I just look. Sometimes saying I'm out is not giving up on that person. It's just saying I'm gonna give you the space to work on you. I'm just not gonna be here while you're in construction. I'm gonna do me, and if you get yourself together, I'm here for it. But I think sometimes people feel like we got to be there for the growth. I only got to be there for the growth of my husband, and not no dude that I ain't made no commitment to like that.
But do you see how it falls on women though? Do you see how it falls on us? Like, he didn't know because he wasn't there and he wasn't around, and we need you, but we are the most.
I mean, because we're used to having to protect them. We're used to having to take care of them. Like for the longest, I wouldn't tell dudes I was in the military.
Right.
Because their first impression is she's aggressive. They already have me figured out, and I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, you don't even know maybe the journey that led to that, the journey after that. Like, my job doesn't dictate who I am, and it doesn't dictate how I act. So, but I would keep that a secret because the moment I tell them that, I get a totally different vibe. It's a totally different energy. And it's like, now I have to protect their feelings because now they're like, she's too aggressive or she's too experienced, and it's like, now it becomes a competition. Now it's like, well, you went to the military. Well, I can do this. Like, do you want to do this? I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to compete with you. It's not a competition. Like,
Farren, hold on real quick, Jackie. Let me go Farren, then I'm gonna go you, Jackie.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like if you're not seeing any measurable change, no effort, and it's just talk, it's just empty promises, and you have to be able to separate the two. He said he gonna change versus he showed me he's changing. And if it's just talk, then walk. Fuck it.
If it's just talk, then walk. Put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt.
Some men actually do try.
You say what, Tacarra?
I said, but
some men actually do try. You're right. You're right about that. And on one hand, it's like, oh, okay, something else I had to come to terms with because I've always been pretty confident. And so it took for me to sit down and be like, hey, bitch, you ain't perfect in this either. So it's like, are you bringing as much as you think you are to the table? Are you helping as much as you think you are?
Right.
Where are some places you can, you need to work on you. So it's not like women are perfect in this and all these niggas need to just step up and just get counseling and all this. No, hell, I see a therapist too. So it's not so much like, oh, I'm throwing in the towel, how much work I got to put in, all this. That's for each individual. I ain't saying stay 6 months and leave, but if you seeing quantifiable changes,
right,
and you're able to say like overall things are good, then you're good, and you also need to make some changes. But if it ain't, then fuck it. Hell, if you ain't even willing to change, then fuck
all off.
Farren, do you still have the headphones in?
Yeah.
Did you take the headphones?
I took them out because they said I was too loud, and
you sound like a robot.
Okay, I thought it was my internet. I was like, God,
yeah,
damn, it had slowed down again.
It was like, why it got to be me?
That's what I thought. I was like,
Tacarra, you be going in and out too a little bit.
Don't do that. Why you bringing up
you be going in and out. Like you was like,
no,
and then I was like, you 40, bro. Like that's all I heard.
Hold on, let me get Jackie's response real quick before we move on to the next thing, unless somebody else wanted to go after her. Go ahead, Jackie.
I don't think there's an answer to this because if I were to be real honest, I'm exhausted. Like every man that I've cared about, whether it was for a fling or for a relationship, it's been a really, really broken black man. And I don't know where else. I don't know what the answer is because there's none of the boyfriends I've had in the last 10 years would ever consider therapy. And I have mentioned it. I'm like, we can go together. That they don't want to go at all. There's no men that have ever been inside me had a father. None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. None?
If I write down every man who has touched me intimately, none of them grew up with a daddy.
This just got move in.
I, for whatever reason, maybe because I might seem stable emotionally, I attract men who are not emotionally stable. Gravitate towards.
That's the way it is.
And so I don't know. So I'm with Tacarra, and I'm with I don't know what the answer is because I do think I can't help every brother figure out why he's broken. Because next thing you know, I'm 60 and I'm still trying to figure out why this nigga from Gun Hill Road in the Bronx is a mess. I'm like, dude,
pussy and bean pies.
Like, dude, you have to,
and big head, girl.
You have to be a man and figure out what's wrong. But every man that I've attracted, they are completely shattered beings putting on a facade to go through life.
Right.
And at some point I am like, look, I can't be responsible for your mental health. I really would like to contribute to us being healthy together, and you don't know that they're jacked up until you get invested.
Yeah.
When they're kicking the Willy Bobo to you, they're fine. But as soon as you start investing in them, invest in you, then you're like, oh my God, this nigga's crazy. That's what, and you don't, because they're as good at hiding the crazy as we are hiding the crazy. And once you fall in love, it's almost too late. It's never too late. But once you fall in love, you're like, well, shit, now we a couple. And now I got to figure out why he cries, at 1 a.m. after he ejaculates every time we have sex. And, things like that. And it's just, I don't know what the answer is. And I want to say to a guy, look, you 45 years old. You need to be okay by now. But the majority of these black men are not okay.
Well, go
are never okay because they think I'm okay.
I don't
know what the answer is. I'm exhausted. I'm confused. I'm lonely because I keep dropping the dude if he seems like he's not together. But then I'm like, well, maybe you should have hung in there and helped them get it together. But I'm like, I have shit to do. I don't have time to build a man. This is not Build-A-Bear. You need to come to be already assembled.
Y'all gotta understand though, a lot of this boils down to systematic racism. Like, this is on purpose. Like, we are dealing with broken black men, a system that purposefully broke them. So it is hard to find one that is not in pieces. Like, and while we deserve that as black women, we're not just up against individual black men being broken. We're up against a system that purposefully broke them, purposefully put them in broken homes. And so when we're like, I didn't, because as women, the one, I guess, benefit we've gotten is that we have been taught some emotional intelligence in life, like where black men are just now even learning that term. So we have a little bit of a head start. Like, it's the generation of men that I'm raising, my 10-year-old and 5-year-olds and babies that are learning anything about emotional intelligence, that the men that are my husband's age, that are Tahir's age, they're just now figuring that out now. So it's like I get what you're saying, Jackie, because I don't really know what the solution is either, because while my husband did come from a 2-parent household, and I feel like that was the benefit that I got, even though he wasn't perfect, but he was able to deal with me as a black woman and know that iron sharpens iron. I'm not about to sit here and be docile. You gonna get criticism from me, and you're gonna have to learn how to take it, because I'm only doing it for your good. But there's a lot of dudes that don't know how to deal with that don't have they're trying to fake being strong for so long because they're unwilling to be weak in front of us, so that we can be like, let me tell you about yourself. It's for your good. It's not for me to try to make you feel like a boy. So I get it, but I feel like we've been set up because of the system that black men have had to go through.
And something else that people seem to believe is that marriage means you got it all figured out. No, it don't. Getting to that point in a relationship, you are still actively learning, because you're still actively growing and changing. So you do not have it all figured out. Like, not even close. You're just with somebody that you're willing to continue to figure it out with.
Yeah.
Right. Man, we sure didn't have it figured out. Right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I came into it thinking that marriage had to be this one thing, because I had only seen it exhibited by my aunt and my uncle, who are super, super Christian. My uncle is a deacon. My aunt is a deaconess, and they preach once a month at the church when the pastor has to leave. And Farren was like, "Nigga, what are you doing? Like, we don't have to do it like that. Like, there's no one size fits all to relationships, marriages, parenting, all of that." And I think one of the dopest things that Farren and I have always had, for the most part, even though it wasn't like as open as it is now, was great communication. Like, the first night I proposed, we're literally in a jacuzzi in the suite, and we are talking about everything. Like, we are airing it all out. We don't want anything to come out after the fact. So we're putting it out there. I'm like, yo, this chick, that chick, whatever. And she's like, this guy, that guy. And I was just honest. I was like, can I tell him some of this stuff? Is it okay?
Yeah.
I was like, I've never had a threesome. Like, I never did that. And she was like, oh, you haven't? I was like, oh, wait, you have? And she was like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't planned, but it just kind of popped out there. I was like, huh, well, I kind of want one of those. I don't know if she do it before. She was like, well, find a person and we'll decide on it together. But the fact that she was open to that, and me being that honest, and she didn't like completely like just off the side, Maybe
car pitching work.
You're so immature.
But hold on, but like just the fact that she was open to that conversation made me comfortable to be honest with her going forward. And it that type of honesty and those type of conversations are needed, because like I said before, sometimes it feels like the hardest person to talk to is the person that you love the most, because you want to tiptoe around things. You don't want to hurt their feelings. But it's like you being honest with them up front, letting people know what you like up front will give you a gauge of where you can go with that person and also what they're open to. And you will be surprised, fellas, of what your lady may be open to if you literally just talk to her.
Marcus ain't like, get surprised over here. He don't get surprised.
You'd be surprised how many brothers don't want to hear the truth, though. Like
they don't.
Like recent example, me and Craig
I took it all the way left.
We're hanging out and we're talking about previous lovers, right? And he was like, "So when's the last time you had sex?" And I was like, in my head, I had the devil and the angel, and the devil was like, "Tell him exactly when the last time."
It was this morning.
And the angel was like, "No, he don't want to hear the truth."
Right before you.
And I was like, "You know what? I don't have time. I don't want to lie." And I was like, "Last weekend." And
I always subtract 6 months.
Right before we became a couple, and he was livid, and I was like, "You asked me," and I realized
that you're not ready.
There's so much of a risk when you tell a brother the truth. But this is all case by case. This is not all men. There's no way I'm not putting the umbrella.
Yeah, you always subtract 6 months from the last date.
Right.
More often than not. You
fuck that.
I don't know. I was saying this earlier, and then we kind of went left with the whole threesome thing. But
we didn't. You did.
You did. Ain't nobody else but you.
He said it, and I said, "Hey," but I wanted to say this. Somebody mentioned it in the comments, and I felt this way too. If men come to us this way, and I get that it's systematic racism and stuff like that, and we have to build them and be strong for them. But if we have to do all of this for them, then who do we pour into? Like that was like, and I feel
no. I wouldn't say that. I feel like friends are very necessary.
Right.
To pour into. Like Farren has a group of friends and they go walking and hiking together, and that's her sounding board to try things off of, and they all kind of share stories and stuff like that. But also your partner should be the person that you are able to pour into. Like I had to learn how to love Farren. I had to reprogram my thinking. I had to reprogram my heart, because I'm not a nurturer by nature, like as a man, and then also how I was raised. Farren, we'll have a conversation and she'll start crying in the past, and she had to tell me, like, "Nigga, this is the part where you rub my back and tell me it's gonna be okay," because I just didn't know how to do that. I like, that wasn't my love language, and that's also wasn't how I was raised. Like I moved out at 14. I didn't get a lot of hugs from my mom, so I'm just not prone to do that.
This is exhausting, man. Why is there's so many niggas out there like you?
But here's the thing.
That I attract.
Hold on, Jackie. Here's the thing, though. You attract that type of guy, but when that type of guy is also attracted to you, he will put forth that effort. I was attracted to Farren. I didn't want to lose her, so I put forth that effort. I put forth the effort to go to therapy. I put forth the effort to learn how she needs to be loved. I put forth the effort to learn how to communicate better with her, because I knew I was lacking in those areas. And it wasn't just to help our relationship. When you learn those things, you will be better in life. So yes,
my boyfriend ain't watching this to here, so save all this bullshit.
Just send the nigga the link, Jackie.
But here's the thing, Tahir. You talk about she had to teach you how to love her. That's everybody. Everybody loves different. You should be teaching somebody. There's no rule book on how to love somebody. There's no staple on how to love a black woman. Every woman is different. I don't always want you to rub my back and tell me it's gonna be okay, because guess what? Today might not be okay, and I might just need to just let that shit out. I'll come to you later. It's everybody has a different love language. Everybody has a different way to connect to their soul. So it's like everybody should be teaching somebody something. I don't want to be with a dude I can't learn from or grow with. Like I'm not always gonna be. I don't always got the glasses on. Like sometimes I'm a dumb blonde and I need you to help me. So it's like if I can't get that from you, like
and some dudes are lazy. Some dudes are lazy though. That's the issue. like, wow, I understand how they are exhausted, but when dudes have been given the privilege to be lazy, because there are some women out there that's just like, shoot, I'll take whatever I can get. You busted, you an ass, I'll just love on you anyways. And so that is a part of the problem, is that some dudes are lazy and won't do the work because they know that there might be a chick out here that will take them as their disgusting, broken selves and just be like, well, at least he's here when he's here. So that's sometimes the issue too, is that like you're willing to put in the work to here, but you're not a lazy person. But there are a lot of dudes that have gotten real comfortable with being lazy.
That is true.
Yes, a lot of guys have never had to put the work in, because you'd be surprised, or maybe not. A lot of women don't require a whole lot of work because they get so happy, like, finally, I found somebody. Shit, I'm finished. And they don't, and I've got, if I were to be completely transparent, the image that I give the world of strong Black woman, I do not always date where I'm supposed to date on my self-esteem level.
Facts.
Ooh. And that's my problem.
And I want to say this to all the guys in
what I deserve. What?
Right. And I want to say this to all the guys in the chat now. We're not saying that we're perfect. We're not saying that we come into you perfect and we don't have to work on ourselves and we don't have to try ourselves and we don't have to grow, and maybe we don't. And we're not saying that we don't need therapy. I think a lot of women are like, I'm in therapy right now.
I see my therapist tomorrow.
I took a break because it's too much money.
I talk to my therapist every week on the phone.
Thank you. But you know what's crazy? And I don't know how many people in here noticed, and I think I gave myself up on here a couple of times back when I was on here. I have like a full girlfriend, right? And because I'm
full, top to bottom, head to toe.
Fully recognized in my Tony Baker voice.
The community.
And I want to say that the crazy thing is that she's the one who taught me that I'm not perfect. She's the one who pointed out, you have communication flaws. You think you communicate well, but there's some shit about you that you need to fix. And you can't be so condescending with your tone. And you can't be this way. And do you know that you do this wrong? But it took somebody on my level of communication to what I thought.
It took a woman to be like, bitch, you got issues. Let me tell you what they are. I have a lot.
Every person needs a Black woman. That's to be honest.
Right.
Person needs a Black woman.
And she's a Black woman. And she said, you got some shit you need to fucking work on. Your communication is not up to par. I have
a spreadsheet. I'm going to email it to you right now.
Huh?
I appreciate you bringing that up, Tacarra, because something else that made me realize, like, hey, you know, you're not perfect, is that all the things that I'm probably feeling, or women probably feel, men feel them too. They're just less vocal about it.
Thank you.
So it's like, I'm thinking, you know, this shit, he probably thinking the same fucking thing about me. And I'm like, oh, that helped me see, like, oh shit, I need to like turn the mirror here first before, you know. And that's still something I actively think about. Like, I mean, even when I'm just talking about people, period, it's like somebody probably saying that about me. Right. You know, it's just one of those things that if you constantly remind yourself that, especially in a relationship with a man, a lot of the things are not, oh, this is man shit, this is woman shit, it's people shit, and we have to take accountability for that. Like, we fucking up on both sides, and we got to help each other out.
Right. So somebody said, but you wouldn't respect a man who says that to you. I would respect a man who knew how to communicate that to me, and that's the difference. Is anybody can say whatever they want to say. It's how they say it and the intent that they say it in. So I have no problem taking that same information from a man, but we just went over a whole 30 minutes of how men have a really hard time communicating. And this man who just said that, clearly you having a hard time communicating, you ain't listening to what we just said. I have no problem taking that type of criticism from a man if he can communicate it well. And that's the difference. Is she communicated in a way where I didn't feel offended, I didn't feel attacked, I didn't feel like she was trying to throw me, you know, throw me under the bus. It was her saying, I love you, I'm concerned about our communicating, this is a no for me, or this concerns me. If a male communicated that way, we wouldn't even be having those conversations that we just had.
So let me ask y'all this.
Damn, you got to listen, we've been on here.
Yeah. I know that we've all kind of read some self-help books and things of that nature. What are some readings that you guys can recommend to maybe help communication or, you know, just change the outlook on life, because sometimes it's not all about communication too. It's also about the perception that you have of yourself. If you're not loving yourself, you can't go into loving somebody else perfectly, because you're not even loving yourself right. Because Farren and I, we've had this conversation most recently. She is an obliger, right? So she will pick up a project that she needs to do for work or something, but when it comes to her doing something for herself, and I want her to speak on this, she would just stop doing it. Like, she started sewing just on a whim and started doing these travel bags and was super dope at it. I had her make some for the homies and shit like that. And while she had the obligation to do it, once the artist stopped or it slowed down, she just completely let it go. So Farren, if you could talk on that real quick, but then also maybe give a book that people can check out other than the love language. I think everybody knows about the love language. So if you got something other than that.
Good book, I've heard about it.
Yeah. Farren, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head, and it like made me legit sad, because it's like, yo, why am I always letting myself down, but like showing up full force for other people? And it took, you know, I'm still reflecting on it, because this was a fairly new thing that I felt before, like, oh, I don't keep promises to myself, basically. But I never really had to think much about it until my director encouraged me, well, our team, to take this quiz and to find out, like, that was wholeheartedly me. When it's something I want to do, I'm okay dropping the ball on me. But if somebody needs something of me, then I'm showing up and showing out and trying to be like just the best person ever. So that's something that, I don't know, I'm still coming to terms with, being forced to recognize about myself. And I don't have any readings specifically for that. Because like I said, so any suggestions, please throw them my way.
You're reading a book right now. You're reading a book right now.
I am reading, I was about to tell them, a book called Crucial Conversations. It's across the room. I'll grab it in a sec, but it's called Crucial Conversations. And it teaches you how to have those like life-changing convos, you know, when things are on the line or things could get too emotional, conversations you've shied away from, you know, because you're worried that somebody else, that whoever you have to have this conversation with, is going to take things the wrong way, which is just a narrative that you've told yourself. You don't actually know, but it's like, oh, you know, I can't talk to her about this because she's going to fly off the handle. You told yourself that. Have you thought about maybe it's the way that you're going to present it is what's going to make them fly off the handle? So it just teaches you how to get into a conversation with your end goal in mind, so that you're coming out with the results you're looking for, or at least better results than you expected. But yeah, I'll share it in a second. I gotta find it.
Okay, I got 4 books I want to share.
Oh, she got 4 books.
Please, I told you I'll be reading, nobody but believe me. I'm low-key like I'm like a low-key nerd. Like, I like to read a lot.
Reading
I be reading. I won like reading assignments and awards in school. It's weird. But okay, so I got 4 books, right? One, I got them here too. Look, I'm gonna do a little show. Look, one is the autobiography of Malcolm X. I think every Black man should read this book. I find out a lot of men have not read this book. I think it's very eye-opening, especially for Black men in this country, in this climate right now. But I grew up Afro-Latina, so I didn't really grow up with a lot of knowledge of Black history. So reading this book was definitely an eye-opener to the culture and just like so much. But for Black men, for my Black women out there, why men love bitches.
I never read it. I gave it away. Damn it.
Read this book, goddammit. Read it. Stick to it. Don't go off the trail. It's the holy grail. But I be skimming through.
Well,
but
so skip it, but I'll be skipping it.
I'll be skipping and skimming though, but it's still a good book. And the other two books is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Super dope book. I know everybody's like, I know how to do it. I know how to not give a fuck, but really you don't. Just like literally take a minute and breathe and read it. And also the other book is a relationship book, is Relationship Goals by Pastor Michael Todd. It's a really good book on just not just relationships as romantic, but relationships with communicating with people and just trying to have a better relationship with everyone, God, people, friendships, everything. So those are my four.
I'm guilty of. I've never read a book on relationships. I only read books about career and money and getting ahead. I've never read a book about love because I'm kind of bitter when it comes to relationships. Like
at least you're honest.
Yeah, I'm bitter. I'll read a book about weight loss and being a better woman and making that money and starting a business. But when it comes to reading a book about love, I ignore them. Either I think I already know or I've given up. Part of me is a know-it-all. Another part of me is like, I'm going to die alone. So why read this book? There's no point.
I think
I feel you, Jackie, because I definitely do the same thing. Like self-help books boring to me. It takes me a very long time to get through it.
I love self-help books. It's any book about love. I never read one before, and I probably should. That's what I should do. Deviate from the normal business books and read a book about relationships and dating and love. I probably should, since I'm so confused. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read one.
I think one of my favorite books to read is Rick Warren, The Purpose Driven.
I have that audiobook in my thing.
I love it. I read it every couple months because sometimes I think that this is my purpose and this is what I should be doing. And then sometimes I feel like it changes. And every time I read it, I always get something completely different from it. Every single time I read it.
That's a mama thing right there.
The other one that I love to read a lot, and this is something that me and my girlfriend are reading together, and sometimes I read it to her on the phone, or we literally read it together, and it's called If Love is a Game, These Are the Rules. And my cousin's friend bought it for them in their relationship first, and when she showed it to me, I was like, oh my God, that book is trash. He's trash. Who buys the bitch's books? Ew. And then I read the first couple of chapters, and it was like, partnering is a choice, creating love is a process, negotiation will be required, your relationship will be challenged by change. When I read those titles of chapters, I was like, oh shit, this might be a good book. And it actually really, really, really is a good book. I'm just learning it. And just learning how to understand that everybody comes from a different background and we're not all born into the same stuff. And that long before you meet the person, they have a life, they are accustomed to things, and learning to just accept them for who they are and learning to love unconditionally, all that bullshit. And I think the last one was by Deepak Chopra, and it's called Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul.
I don't understand what the hell
that's a really hard book to read. I'm still reading it because it takes so much mental for you to just grasp what he's saying. And I'd be like, sometimes I read it and I'd be like, God damn, he just feel.
To piggyback off of Tacarra, not to cut off, but I have a Deepak meditation app.
Yeah.
And I do that when I can't read him. Yeah. I be like, look here, brother, I'm gonna go meditate to you for 20 minutes and I'll be good. Like, so.
But I try and listen to him in his videos. I always be like, I don't know what you're saying.
What you saying? Thank you. It's so Angel. It's so deep in the words, and you just be like, I know what I think it's good.
So his words be so fucked up. I accidentally wrote words wrong. Like I wrote on my mirror, but I was listening to him and I spelled the word completely wrong because in his accent, I wrote it how it sounded. And I was like, that ain't how you spell beliefs. That ain't
That's not it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like to read. I just don't.
But you can.
But I can. There you go. But I did read this one book. It's kind of corny, but I will say it did actually help me. This is a book that I would recommend if you are in a serious relationship with a dude. It's called For Women Only. And it's corny because it's like things that you should know, but I didn't know because, like I said, I didn't grow up around guys. So it kind of gives it gave me a perspective of my husband's point of view that I had already discounted. Like for me, I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm coming to the table. I am goal driven. I'm out here trying to be healthy. I'm trying to make money. Like, what more could you ask for? I'm loyal, but those things weren't high on his priority list. And I did not realize that because I was thinking from what I needed as a woman. And so this book kind of helped me realize that just because that's what I needed doesn't mean that he as a man needed those same things or they were in the same order for him. So it just helped me realize that like the way I physically look is actually important. I can't sit here and be like, well, because I'm so good on the inside, my outside shouldn't matter just because that's how I feel as a woman. For him, yeah, actually, he does like it when I am in shape. Just point blank in a period. And I can't keep trying to put that at the bottom of my list because it's not at the top of mine for him. So even though when I read the book, I was like, this is kind of corny. Actually, when I started to approach him in that way, I noticed a huge change. I felt like he appreciated my actions more because it was actually the things that he found important, even though I felt like I was bringing better things to the table. But I was like, all right, if you like the coleslaw more than you like the rotisserie chicken, that's fine. I'll bring the coleslaw to the table too. So, for women only is what it's called.
I do have books that I downloaded when I'm not reading. I do audiobooks, and Devon Franklin. I downloaded the audiobook The Truth About Men. I have not listened to a word of it yet. Mel Robin, Take Control of Your Life. Currently listening to. I love Devon Franklin, The Hollywood Commandments. I've listened to that.
Yeah.
Lisa Nichols. She's fantastic. A book called No Matter What. She makes me cry. She's she's part of the whole Oprah clan back in the day, but she's very Black woman who, divorced, horrible relationships, but now she's a worldwide motivational speaker. For me, it got to be money in the message. I love money. And that's pretty much it. But I'm gonna read the books y'all recommend. You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. Any book that reminds me that I'm the shit are the books that I love to read. But I need to read books about men and about love because I'm kind of arrogant when it comes to that. I don't know it all clearly because I do think I want to get married again. I just don't know how.
Okay, I have one more book. It's not a self-help book at all, but I think it's a really dope book. They try to change the history, but it's there. Cowboys was really Black men, and it wasn't the wild west of whites. It was niggas there. Okay, and the first really dope cowboy was a Black man, and his name was Nat Love. And there's a book I read that is about his whole life story, his whole journey, and I just think it's a really dope book. Like, it's a simple read. It's literally like 150 pages, but it's just a really dope read about this black man's journey being in the West. So just thought I'd share it. That's all.
And Rick Warren, The Purpose. I never finished reading that. I got a problem with that one.
If you read the first 2 pages.
If you guys can do me a favor and text me all of those books that you mentioned, I'm gonna put those in the description. I'm gonna go through this weekend and update the description. Y'all can stop inboxing me. I was lazy. Okay, shit, I got a lot going on, but I will do it this weekend. Real quick, the 2 books that we mentioned this last time, but Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Super easy read, only 94 pages, but it's a great read for getting your life on track, adjusting to change, and figuring out what you're going to do next. And the next thing is this is a journal. It's called Hello Black Man. And for those that still aren't sold on therapy, because I know it took me a while to get on there, this is a great tool. This is literally a journal that will help you write out your thoughts and your feelings. And it's something that should be secure to you and something that you can do, because a lot of times we think that we know how we feel because we just think it. But when you sometimes verbalize things or you write it out, you see that it affected you way differently than what you initially thought. So this is a great journal for that. And then it also, it's not just like a journal. It asks you questions like, this is as plain as I could put it. If you get caught up in the things over which you have no control, it will adversely affect those things over which you do have control. So based on that, you write off of that either how you feel in that day or based on that little caption right there. So it's a great thing to kind of just get the juices flowing, the gears turning in your head, and you pick up a pen and just go at it, man. I think a lot of times that we don't address our feelings because we think that we're in control of it. I'm strong, I'm a man, I don't need to talk about it. But once you start writing it out, you're like, man, that really did fuck me up way more than I thought. Like,
out, it does affect your
yeah, because I mean, it's a website too. You can order this off the website. It's called helloblackman.com. Very easy to get. Somebody sent it to me, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you're checking on that as well. So we got about 5 minutes left. Let's go through really quickly what you guys got coming up. If you want to give your thank yous to the people that donated to you, you can do that as well right now, and then also where they can find you.
You know who I flirted with today? I met Chingy.
From St. Louis.
Yeah, fine as hell.
And after the podcast, he DM'd me, nice talking to you. And I'm like, when you come to New York, you need to holler at your girl. He's cute.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't part
that's something you should have texted me, Jackie.
No, that's good. That's good, Jackie. It's still that type of show. It got real for a minute. Most of the
people in the comments are like, I thought this was gonna be funny. No, niggas, every now and then you gotta fix your life.
Do you have a book club to hear? Did we just create a book club? Do you have a book club going?
That would be fantastic.
I don't have a book club.
You don't got time for a goddamn book club.
I don't think I am consistent enough to run a book club. If that's something Farren wants to partner with me and do, and she can host that show, then she would be obligated to do it. Then I'm not opposed.
What happened? What you say?
What do to you? Damn.
What's going on with you?
All that books is provided for you. You acting. What's going on?
I feel like I feel enough. I don't want to do this shit. I read what I have. I'm not.
Well, you know what? If you don't want to do a book club, y'all can hit me up and I'll give you a synopsis of the book and I'll say it to you.
So I didn't know you were a bookworm, Lou. You got so many labels. You got a lot of
glasses. Look at her. Yeah.
It's the layers. I told y'all. You beat the first level. You be like, let me get to the big box. Right.
Let's start with Farren. Farren, you want to tell them if you got anything coming up, where they can find you. And Farren is now. I'm gonna put this out there, so now she has to do it. Farren is
your followers want a book club to hear.
I just gave you a brilliant idea. There you go. Look.
Cool. I mean, I'm not opposed to do it again. Like, I just can't handle it by myself. So Farren would have to come apart and we do a Zoom and book club. But I've been trying to get Farren to promote the clothes that she wears. Farren dresses immaculate.
Stand up, Farren. Turn around. Let me look at you.
Let me see. I tell you.
Not at the moment.
What do you have on?
Workout clothes. Show that ass though.
Let me see.
Show that ass though.
You won't.
Hey, there's gonna be a moment she gonna pull you to the side and be like, "Bruh."
Nah, she knows she got ass. She knows she got ass.
Remember that?
But I've been trying to get her to get more involved on social media because through the quarantine, she still had this subscription to this clothing company that sends her out clothes basically every week, and I'll let her speak more. No, not Fabletics. That's the workout one, but this other one. She was with Fabletics too, though. Why don't you go ahead and speak on it, Farren?
Okay, so the company is called, I'm going to say this wrong, y'all, Midwest, Armoire, ARMOIRE. I could spell really, really well, so just go off that. But it's a clothing rental company. And I get the stuff and I dance around in the bedroom in it. Then I send it back because I've barely left the house.
Oh yeah.
So Tahir has been encouraging me to like just do more with them and go out. And so like just this morning I posted a picture in a shirt I think that I got from them, but I've never been super big at like posting on social media. Like I abandoned my Facebook. My Facebook account, it still exists, but I have not touched it in like 3 years. It's just out there. So I'm just trying to get better about it and be more of a presence and He's been like really encouraging me to do that and like making me commit to stuff.
That's right.
How dare he?
Right.
Well, I'm gonna start a book club. It's called Cliff Notes.
Hey, I'm
Let's
here
do
for it.
it. I'm lonely. I want to
But
read.
Jackie, you don't read none of the books. I might invite you to the book club, but you ain't gonna read none of them.
Wait, no. I didn't say I don't read. I'm just saying I'd like to read a lot at the same time. But I'll read. I want to. I'm trying to change my life.
Hey, first rule of book club: one book at a time.
All right. I said I'm down.
Other rule of book club: you gotta tell everybody else about book club because we gonna need other niggas. So
you want? Okay, let's do it. Tahir is busy, so we can do this quietly.
Tacarra, go ahead.
The name of the book club should be called Read More, which I think is really dope.
That's deep.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. Tacarra, he wants to tell people what you got coming up, what they can be looking for.
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. I have a couple of Zooms. I'm gonna be doing the Chocolate Sundays quarantine edition. I think this Sunday.
It's fun. I did it once.
Yeah, that's fun. I want to get out and do a protest. If anybody knows about a protest happening on Friday in the Valley area, let me know. I feel like I need to get out and do that.
They're doing one at the Laugh Factory at 3 p.m. this
on
Friday.
Mm-hmm. 3 to 5. I heard.
That's what about Friday. Hopefully more Zooming with the homies. I mean, I'm just trying to get my head together. I know everybody's got like all these shows and stuff going on, but I got a 19-year-old kid, and a lot of this stuff that's been happening has been really heavy for me. So thank you for having me on this Zoom because life has just been really heavy. So anything that I had coming up, I kind of canceled because I just want to mentally stay in a good and safe space with the world right now. You know, Angel, you got a couple of boys, so it's just heavy. So I was just trying to figure that out.
I thought I was doing a lot.
Yeah.
LouLou, what you got coming up?
Actually, I'm on a show on BET's streaming site, Kickback Couch, where we get to talk shit and review TV shows. It's really amazing.
I want jobs like that.
It's so much fun, and we did it over Zoom. It was amazing. And also, they're like re-showing games people play on BET, so go check that out. And yeah. Oh, I have 2 new shows that I'm actually coming out with, but I can't say it yet. But yeah, follow me, and it'll be like in 2 weeks. I'll tell you guys. So,
Young Angel Moore.
So I am hosting 4 podcasts currently. You can check out any of them. I have one with my husband. Is this going to cause an argument? I have another one called Mommy Confessions, where we just deal with mom issues. I have one with Risha Webb called Hold On to Your Edges. And then I recently just became the co-host of Kev on Stage's Here's the Thing. Nice. And and then I be on stuff on Netflix. It's old. If you done ran out of Netflix shows to watch, just check my IMDb, see what I was on recently.
Do that, girl.
So yeah, that's it. Just making content, trying to make these quarantine and this social revolution a little lighter for people. So that's what I'm doing at That Chick Angel.
Yeah. Can I add something? I know this is random.
Hey.
I'm on a show called All the Way Black on BET Plus. It is hilarious. Yes. If you are looking to watch something just to learn about a little about the Black culture in a comedic sense, go check out BET Plus. It's called All the Way Black, hosted by Chris Spencer. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to subscribe to BET Plus. Don't. Just get the 7-day free trial. Watch all the fucking episodes real quick, and then unsubscribe. Okay.
And then get another email, and then watch another 7 days real quick.
That's all you got to do.
Jackie Fabulous, what you got?
Jackie.
I ain't got none.
You got 7 more dudes tomorrow.
All y'all say that, and then you're like, you know what? I do got 44 things real quick. Let me say this.
No, I was pitching a show to NBC, and yesterday they passed on it, so I'm sad. I ain't got nothing going on.
I'm sorry, Jackie.
Netflix passed on my show today too, girl. It's all right.
They did. So I feel despondent and sorry, and I'm tired of the business.
Hug.
That's okay.
Yes, hug.
I tried to get Jackie on last night, but she really was sad because she didn't even want to come on last night. She was like,
you know the truth. And this is gonna sound immature. I'm not, and this is probably wrong. I have no reason. I don't even know why I think this.
Time out, breathe. Take a pause. Get it together.
I don't know why I think this because there's no basis for it, but I don't feel like Leslie likes me. I don't know why I think that. I don't even know if she knows who I am. But I know I'm good friends with her writer. I just feel like she wouldn't like me. I don't know what it is. You know what it is? I respect her. I look up to her so much.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Well, and you know how when you meet someone you look up to, you worry that they're not going to be nice to you. So that's it's all immature. It's probably wrong. She don't know me. She don't give a shit. She got her own life. But that's partially why I didn't want to join last night. I was sad.
Aww. We love you. I think you're hilarious.
Yeah, I love you. I love your cheeks and your dimples, and it's not because I'm gay, but it's just because you are.
I can't trust your compliments no more, Tacarra. I'm like, you got ulterior motives, yo.
Are you officially LGBTQ, or are you just open to all love from anyone?
What? Isn't that what LGBTQ?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Are you officially the G in the LGBTQ, or are you open? There's officially only G, and then there's love is love, and whoever I connect with is who I'm going to.
That's
date.
and I think that's called fluid.
There you go.
No, it's not, because I would never. I don't know. I didn't know I would like a girl.
What letter is that?
Yeah.
So fluid is not part of the what is it called?
Here come the fluids. What happened to the fluids? Why they don't get a letter?
What is wrong with you?
Well,
are you fluid, Tacarra, or are you officially girl on girl?
I still like guys though. I mean, I'm not in a relationship with a guy.
Well, then you're not gay. You fluid.
I just think I am bisexual. I mean, it's so many letters, bitch. I just was like, well, what can we put with Z, bitch?
Don't put yourself in a box.
Yeah, no label. You're right. My bad.
You don't be a letter, Tacarra. You ain't a letter.
You love openly. It's about love.
I just like who I like. And that's just it. People always ask me, what letter are you? I'm like, I don't ask my mom. Like, I don't fucking know what that means. I don't know what that means.
You shouldn't have to identify as anything.
I don't know. One girl was like, you gay. And I was like, probably, bitch. Like,
maybe I am.
Yeah, you're like, and?
Clearly.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who said something to my Cash App. I left my phone in my room. My husband had to go to bed because he got to wake up and get to work at 3 a.m. But thank you to every single person that sent me something. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, I forgot. Sorry. Thank you to everyone who donated to my sadness and my relationship issues. I appreciate you listening. I know you thought we were going to all be jokey joke for 2 hours, but sometimes you just got to talk about life. And Tahir is bossy, so we got to talk about what he wants to talk about.
Yeah.
I just moved the show along. That's all I do.
He let us really do the questions. He let us have our own questions.
Did you ask any other questions to hear off? Did we get all of them or some of them?
Yeah, I asked like 4 from the Instagram post, but I feel like the conversation was going in a way that was very organic, so I also didn't want to just keep jumping out of that. I wanted to kind of let it flow the way it needed to, but just kind of like moderate it as necessary. But with that being said, we are already 8 minutes over. I just want to tell everybody thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. That also helps as well. We got one more show this week. Tomorrow night is going to be a great show. We have who's on that one? We got Carlos Miller. We have we got a lot of people on the show. I think Pat's going to show up. We have hold on, let me find it.
Can you show with like single man?
Yeah, I wanted
to like find and invite me there.
Okay, we got Crystal P from Texas. We got BT Kingsley. We got Red from LA. We got Naeem Lynn, and we also have Carlos Miller, and Pat Cloud might pull up on that show tomorrow as well.
Here, can I want to refer you some New York comics. There are a lot of New York dudes who they don't do anything like this, this kind of thing, and like Sherrod Small and John Lester, they're deep New York veterans. If
they come from you, Jackie, they come highly recommended, and that's all that needs to be said.
I'll text you their information, and y'all can make it happen because they would
sounds good. One more show this week, and we also have the new episode of Wording is Hard with Keisha E from Detroit. That's up right now. So if you haven't already, go over and watch that. Hit that smash that like button, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel as well. And then on Friday, we are also doing Best Silent Listening Party. That's with me, Tony Baker, and Joshua Guns. This Friday, it's my hope that we do the Tiana Taylor album because it's supposed to drop on Juneteenth. So hopefully it releases at 12 o'clock so we can watch that. I mean, listen to that probably a little earlier because, like I said, I want to make that protest. So we might do the show a little earlier, maybe around 11. So I make sure I have enough time to actually go to the protest. And then also I have a sale going on right now on my website, 20% off of all merchandise, all items. Through Monday for Father's Day. Again, it's 20% off the whole website. The promo code is POPS20, POPS 20. And yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all to all my guests. And real quick, I want to thank Cynthia, William, Andrea, Shantae, Marletta, LeBaron, Vaughn, Joanne, Kelly, Sean, Mark, Sandra, Eric, Moby, Mubo, Carla, Tierra, Janine, Deanna, J-Mo, Kimika, Tasha Dixon. Thank you guys so much for the donations. It's greatly appreciated tonight. Y'all be safe out there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you guys. Good to see you, ladies.